If Raj and DK describe their excellent show The Family Man as if James Bond was from Chembur, then Disney Plus Hotstar's latest original series, Shoorveer, is the unintentional answer to the question, what if Top Gun took place in Thane? It's also no coincidence, I'm sure, that this show is releasing hot on the heels of the thrilling sequel Top Gun Maverick, which has been setting the global box office on fire. Shoorveer follows the formation of a new elite force of first responders to terror threats, here called the Hawks. The Hawks are made up of a group of the best from all three branches of the armed forces, the Army, Navy and Air Force.
They say you're the best. देखते हैं इस बात में कितना सच है.
Like Top Gun, the story here follows collecting and training the best officers to work as a team and ready them for any attack. All this while a larger looming terror threat unfolds in the background involving Pakistani sleeper agents on Indian soil. Created by Samar Khan, Shoorveer gives us a fairly solid pilot, as in the first episode, not the cockpit flying people. I like that we're thrown into the action with no time wasted. Within moments, we're sucked into a testosterone-fueled world of fighter pilots with lots of motorbikes, leather jackets, bulging biceps, sunglasses worn indoors and out, and fighter jet porn. Oh, and rock music. There's a lot of rock music throughout the show to help oversell the cool factor. I enjoyed the economy, efficiency and pacey energy of the first episode as we're introduced to the stakes, tonality and characters. I mean, I say characters, but it's more a group of tropes and stereotypes masquerading as people. The Hawks are led by Viraj Sehgal, played by sincere Arman Ralhan. Viraj is the textbook cocky, hot-headed, plays by his own rules, doesn't play well with others pilot. The kind of guy who I imagine would never stay within the lines of a colouring book just to prove a point. There's also fellow pilots played by a loud Adil Khan and a miscast Regina Cassandra. The remainder of the Hawks are made up by a blur of barely fleshed out characters. And of course, almost every member of the Hawks has a tragic backstory ranging from dead wife to dead fiancé to abandoned by dad and so on. Because if you don't have dead someone, then what else will flash before your eyes in emotional montage during crucial action sequence? Make no mistake, beyond its wafer-thin token female characters, Shoorveer is a through and through boys' locker room show, both in spirit and literally, considering multiple scenes take place within the actual boys' locker room. But early on there's a loud campiness that works in favour of the show where it doesn't take itself too seriously. But even that appeal dwindles and washes away pretty soon as the screenplay from Sagar Pandya tries to delve into these characters and explore a depth that they just don't have. We don't really feel for these people or their interpersonal drama all that much. We just want to see them in action. And in terms of that action, Shoorveer doesn't have the slick execution or scale of shows in the same universe like The Family Man. The combat sequences and the aerial combat scenes in particular range from shaky to serviceable at best. Films like the recent Runway 34, for example, showed us that you don't need massive scale and seamless CGI to create palpable tension in the skies and within the cockpit. It's a visually bland show, but there are rare flourishes of ambition here. For example, in one sequence, we see the Hawks storm an enemy building and we get kinetic, almost thrilling drone shots and a video game-like first-person shooter view. These are moments of playful ambition which we never see again. There's also the customary portions of dreadful dubbing that Hotstar shows have now come to be known for. There's even a moment halfway through the show which features a plane going down and about to crash, where the sound design just seems to give up entirely. Personally, where I gave up entirely was the scene where a key female whistleblower who's about to expose a Swedish company for selling faulty, life-threatening planes to the Indian pilots is introduced by doing yoga. Because whistleblowers must be eye candy? Or maybe it was in the episode where one of the Hawks is being chased by bad guys after he's just crash-landed behind enemy lines. A crash he comes out of with perfect hair. The tepid direction and staging from director Kanishk Verma also certainly does the performances no favours. But I did enjoy watching Makarand Deshpande as the National Security Officer, one of the few performances that matched the show's loud tone. Similarly, Manish Chaudhary brings a sense of credibility to the proceedings as the no-nonsense, hard-nosed commanding officer of the Hawks. But those aside, the fact remains that Shoorveer is a show that we've seen thousands of times before and done better. So would I recommend this to a friend? I mean, if you want a simplistic, watered-down Hollywood series made for Bollywood audiences who don't watch Hollywood movies, with all the tropes and none of the fun, then, I mean, why?